Linh-chan and Dimi-chan play games. Hello and welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
So I looked it up really quickly, and the fish is often substituted for tuna, and it's called escolar, and it's banned in Japan and Italy, and it's often nicknamed X-lax fish because it's essentially an intense laxative for most humans. And it causes fun side effects such as diarrhea.
This is referring to what we talked about yesterday in our diarrhea episode.
Oh yeah, sorry, I got a little excited there.
Yeah.
But yeah, this thing causes diarrhea, bloating, nausea, and it can last for anywhere from like 1 to 3 days. And it is in general just not a fun time. So yeah, watch out when you go to a cheap sushi restaurant because this substitutes tuna. So if just getting tuna, you might get something that is not tuna and is quite bad for you. And now let's play songs for some frogs.
But yeah, so there are, so another thing Dimitri is intolerant to is lactose, which is from milk, any dairy product, really.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I love milk.
I didn't know, I mean, everything here is new to me. But there are different types of lactose intolerant. One is called a primary lactose intolerant, and it's normal, it's a normal result of aging. So as you grow older, your diet change, you know, your food eating habit change. So then you may stop eating products that has dairy in it. So if you stop doing that for a while, you know, your body starts thinking, oh, you don't need to produce any more lactate, which is what breaks down lactose. So you lactase, which was what breaks down lactose, and just for that you can start becoming lactose intolerant. You know, so normal habits like normal eating habits can change your, you know, and this occurs a lot in like Asian cultures, like people, you know, I guess I'm okay, but like in cultures like Asian cultures like China and whatever, like milk isn't a big milk, cheese, any dairy product really isn't a big problem. Well, isn't a big part of our daily eating source. So therefore a lot of Chinese people like have you know, have really bad lactose intolerance situations.
But it can also be quite genetic as well, right?
Yeah, it can also be genetic as well. So the second case is due to illness or injury. So if you have any, and it's called secondary lactose intolerance, and it's due to any illness that you have. So if you have like intestinal disease, like celiac disease or inflammatory bowel disease or something like that, or if you had an injury or any sort of surgery to your small intestine, as a result it could cause you to have lactose intolerance as well.
I know, so specifically, and if it's not like absolutely clear why you do get sick from this, basically you're consuming a bunch of sugars that your body does not digest. Yeah. And if your body is not digesting them, something else is going to go to town with them, and that's all your gut bacteria. And these gut bacteria are not bad. They're like necessary for you to
No, they're necessary. They help break
function
down things that aren't, you know, there, that you can't take in, and help get rid of them. So they're really good for you. But at the same time, you know, a side effect of getting rid of all these things that your body doesn't need is coming up with a way to force it all out, and it's through bowel movement, you know?
Yeah.
So it's nothing bad, but if you're not careful, and like Dimitri here, can't drink milk, can't eat anything dairy or anything, but he does it every day. Drinks milk every day, eats ice cream all the time, and he's okay with it, you know? But for someone who is like maybe have a weaker immune system or something like that, like be careful. Yeah. You know, Dimitri's been doing this his whole entire life, like so he's used to it, being stupid. Well, I really like milk. Yeah. I'm not gonna give up milk for the inconvenience that it causes others. Sorry, others. The inconvenience to me is not that much. I just have some
some Dimitri time in the bathroom.
Yeah,
on
some
the
thinking
throne.
time in the throne. So it's really not bad. But if you're someone who's like me, who like any slight discomfort is already,
Like
you know,
over the top.
over the top to like warrant giving up something, you know, then do it. I do that, you know. If there's something that makes me just uncomfortable, I just give it up. Like it's not worth that discomfortness
For you.
for me, especially. Yeah. So another case of lactose intolerant is congenital or developmental. So it has to do with being born with it. So some people are born with it's a defect in your genes, and it causes you to not be able to produce any lactase. But this case is very rare. It's very rare that someone is born not being able to being born lactose intolerant. Yeah.
Different angle. So for anyone wondering, I'm currently buying beans from this bean broker who is extorting me for the beans. Like the first time he's like, well, these are not very popular, so I'll just give them to you for $10. And then when you want to buy a second one, well, he's like, well, these are really picking up because someone just bought one for $10, so I'm going to charge 20. And he's slowly making them more and more expensive. So I've gone as many as I can get, like, right now. No, I want to climb. No. And now I'm trying to climb back up so we don't have to see the owl again.
So another developmental lactose intolerant case is what the other one is being born with it, and another one is being born premature, because lactase productions in babies begin later during the pregnancy process. So around at least 34 weeks. So if you're being born premature, you might not have reached that stage for your body to start being able to make lactase yet.
Interesting.
So that could also cause lactase intolerance.
I guess that's related. That's kind of related to the problem also if you stop drinking dairy products.
Yeah, or if you stop. Kind of like with the whole thing of vitamin A you were talking about. Like before, our body used to make vitamin A.
Is it vitamin A or vitamin D? I always get confused.
I forgot. It was one of the vitamins that you told me. But because we started getting all of those in our food and everything else, our body just stopped making it because it's not really necessary anymore. Yeah. And it rather use that effort and energy towards something else more important, because now we're getting all of it, you know, from an outside source. Yeah. So I guess unless you're really like intolerant to something, like try to incorporate a variety of different food in your daily diet, because that will help you prevent a lot of allergies and intolerance to something.
Yeah, a lot of these food fads nowadays are all like, oh, you should stop eating gluten, you should stop eating wheat, you should stop drinking dairy. But by stopping to do that, you're actually hindering your future self from ever being able to.
So that's the case with celiac disease. Is people who
it's different from celiac disease. So people who have celiac disease, they actually have an allergy.
Yes, that's what my point. That's the thing, is that a lot of these people who they are allergic to gluten. It's not just something that they made up. You know, with the celiac disease, they're unable to break down gluten in their system. That's why they can't do it. But then there's this fad where everyone comes along, oh, we need to stop eating gluten because it makes us fat, or it's really unhealthy for us.
I have celiac disease when I don't really have celiac disease. Like, you know when you have it. It's not a mild thing. You go to the hospital if you fuck up.
And so that's the thing, like with all these people like trying to be healthy and fit in with this new fad, it's like you're only causing more harm to yourself by stop eating all these things, like all these gluten stuff, you know, because in the end you're cutting out that ability that your body has naturally to defend against these things, and in the end you really will become intolerant to it, and then it could be life and death at that point. You know, so think before you make any decisions that involve your health,
and consult a doctor.
Like really talk
they
to
know
doctor.
They will know exactly if you have celiac disease or not. It's a simple test from their perspective.
So, and there's no reason to go with, like, you know, with the fad nowadays. Like, oh, I need to stop eating meat, or I need to stop eating this. Like, go with what your body is comfortable with, because in the end, you only have one body, man. You know, in the end, this is the body you have. If you like mess it up because you wanted to go with the flow of things and with the norm, you know, that's it. You can't go back.
Yeah. So I'm trying to make this fish guy happy, but I don't really remember what makes him happy. I need to go right up next to him and say, hello, fish guy. Should I go like this? Do you want to see the letter, or do you not care about the letter?
Is that the letter for him?
No, that was the letter for the guard to get to Death Mountain. So
did you end up giving the guard the letter?
No, I just showed it to him, and I did this little spinny dance.
And that's the letter from Zelda?
Yeah. But, like, this guy, he just wants to see his poor daughter.
Why did Zelda want to give that letter to somebody at Death Mountain?
She didn't. She gave it. It was basically saying, this guy is the messenger. You should trust him.
Oh, and the letter is supposed to show that guard? Okay, so it's done.
Yeah.
I thought you're delivering a letter for her to somebody. That thing is creepy.
That's a Zora.
That's a Rosa.
Let's play the diving game.
Roofies.
Pick up all the roofies I throw from here. You only have a limited amount of time. Then you can swim. When you pick them all up, come back here. I'll give you something very nice.
Very, very nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start. And where's the other ones? Blah. And one more. Come on, Link. Get that rupee. There we go. Hey, congratulations. Come get it. So I gave him 20 roofies. He threw 25 roofies. So I profited 5 rupees, and he gives me a present. Isn't he nice?
You're a horrible person by giving somebody rupees.
Yeah, seriously, don't give people rupees. Give them rupees. Or rubies. I think they were supposed to be rubies, but
Rupees.
the translators did not get the memo that they were supposed to be rubies, so it was like ruby or a rupee. And
how are the Japanese pronouncing it? You can't blame.
I think it was a ruby in the original one, so it's supposed to be a ruby. And then they mistook it, and now it became a rupee.
Like that movie, right? It's called Lost in Translation too, right? Isn't that what's that movie is called?
Yeah.
More intensity.
More intensity.
And then the guy was like, I think he says more than that, and she's like,
no, more intensity. Because this is a scene where basically, was it Robin Williams?
I have no idea what.
Okay, well the main actor dude. I'm not an actor person.
Yeah. We don't care about Hollywood. So no.
And yet we live in Hollywood. But in any case, so he basically is in a layover in Japan because he's supposed to be filming a Japanese commercial for like Suntory. It's Good Times or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a liquor.
And the director, who's a Japanese guy, he's like going on and on about like what the thing is supposed to be, and you should have it this way, and it's very important. Blah 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 blah. And you need to have like lots of feeling, and you need to be passionate about the drink, and you need to show it like you're caring for a lover for the first time. But he's saying all this in Japanese, and his translator at the end of his like 20-minute speech
rants on
goes more intensity
to like, the actor, and we're like,
and he's like, I'm pretty sure he said more than that, and she was like, no, more intensity.
It was a good movie though.
It was very silly.
Like, it's very, like, it hits the spot. Like, it hits the point very well, you know? Like there's a lot of things that you can convey in one language, but then as soon as you switch it over, you lose all of that meaning.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Definitely.
Like I know in Chinese they like especially all the like Chinese scholars and ever like when they created the language like they like to use the least number characters to convey a very big and elaborate meaning, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So in part of like Chinese literature they would often have like um uh phrases where like it's two or three like phrases where it's like 3 words or 4 words that would convey like saying 2 sentence worth of meanings, you know, of
Mm-hmm.
things. And the thing is when you go and translate something like that into English you lose the meaning of it, you know. Or
Mm-hmm.
it's more like proverbs, that's what they're called, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, same thing with Japanese, like when you translate something as simple and you know and into another language you because that language is wasn't created in the same mindset you lose it all.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did I miss one? I think I missed one.
I was gonna say how's your fire still on when it's in the water?
Oh, I was keeping it out of the water.
And that was not out of the water, it was floating in the water.
Okay. I missed one. Where was it? Well, we'll find out where it is next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Like, comment, subscribe, and leave nice comments. And share with all your friends about
Yeah.
diarrhea. Bye-bye. Oh, Link's tired, too. Linh-chan, Dimi-chan, Linh-chan, Dimi-chan, Linh-chan, Dimi-chan, Linh-chan. Linh-chan, Dimi-chan, Linh-chan, Dimi-chan, Linh-chan, Dimi-chan, Linh-chan. Linh-chan, Dimi-chan, Linh-chan, Dimi-chan.